And now it's time for Amazing Decorating Tips with Melita.
Hey guys, my name is Melita and I'm the editor of Decorating Made Easy, and I'm standing here at the Amazing Wonders Aviation Hangar, which just happens to be the location for Worship Rally this year in VBS. Now, Worship Rally is really a key component to VBS. Not only is it the place where children and teachers first gather every day, but it's also really a launching point for children as they're introduced to the Bible content and to the life application for each day. In fact, from that point on, everything that children encounter during their VBS day is going to encourage them to soar toward a life-changing encounter with a God who is awesome and who is powerful. Now, this is a pretty amazing hangar that I have here behind me, and in fact, it takes a lot of work to pull something off like this. So make sure that you're not trying to do it by yourself, but get you some friends. And in something this scale, make sure you get tall friends. So now I wanted to show you a little bit of some of the behind-the-scenes stuff and give you some tips, some techniques of how we did it so that you can recreate it. If you're interested, the dimensions, the supply list, and step-by-step instructions for how to replicate this hangar are in your Decorating Made Easy book. You can take it home with you and replicate it for your very own church worship center. Before I get to anything else, I wanted to show you a little something else. This was made by my friend Gordon. He's one of our designers on the VBS team, and I think it is just so cool. It doesn't actually fit in with the hangar, but is actually a complement to this whole theme for the Worship Rally hangar. This is actually an airplane wing, and it's just simply styrofoam. It's very easy to cut, very easy to paint. You can use an interior wall paint, you can use a craft paint, and we used paint pens to put the lines and the dots on it. And what I love about this is it's perfect for writing in your age groups or creating a gathering point for each specific class for them to enter Worship Rally. You can even put this on a pew or on the end of a chair, and you have a great, easy decoration that anybody can do. I wanted to show you just a couple of things. One is these cardboard, or they actually are cardboard boxes, but they look like wooden crates. And all we did was edged them with, again, a rigid insulation foam. It comes in pink or blue at your hardware store. You can use a wood burner, like I did, to put in these grooves and get great wood lines, and then you can come in and paint it, and then use a dry brush technique to paint those out. Or you don't have to do the wood burner, you can simply do that with paint. These instructions are in Decorating Made Easy. Something else that you might want to just kind of add a finishing touch to some of your decorations are things like the AWA clip art that you see on the toolbox and also over on the barrels. Is just an easy way to add just a little extra touch. Those are available on the CD that's in the Decorating Made Easy book, and you're certainly welcome to use those however you see fit. Now, I know that you're all asking about the big stuff. You want to know how we did this. Well, all of this is simply insulation foam. One of the greatest things about insulation foam is not only is it cheap, but it's very easy to work with. And in fact, these real door pulls are held on simply with T-pins. So they're very easy to put up. It's a wooden frame behind it, and a T-pin and some duct tape holds just about everything in place. The airplane is also made out of foam. There's insulation foam. There's also a 2-inch actual styrofoam sheathing, and you probably want to take a look behind it and see how it's all held together and look at this motor. So if you want, I'm going to take a little break, go back there, take off some things on the back so that you'll be able to get a good look at how everything is put together. Let's go on back. All right, well, this is what it looks like behind the scenes. You can see it's just a series of flats that are made out of 1x3s. The instructions for those are in the Decorating Made Easy book. Actually, I think they're on the CD-ROM, so check that for those instructions. Everything is styrofoam, just like I promised. It's all put together with basically duct tape, clamps, T-pins, just about anything that you can think of that's easy and cheap, because that's the way we like it here, is able to do it yourself, to be able to put it together with the help of some friends, and especially to be able to give them to other churches after you've used them in your VBS, so that it has a life really for a whole summer, in fact, some churches. Now, I'll show you how we put them together. We found that in something this massive, if you were to try to put it all together and then screw in all the frames, if you're just a just a smidge off, the whole thing is going to be off. So the best way that we found to do that is to put it together with clamps. And I'll show you just how easy they are. You'll see clamps just about everywhere, but they clamp on very easily. You can get a nice tight fit, just like you would if you were trying to screw the wood together. But everything is held together just with clamps, a little duct tape at the top. It's pretty easy. You can't really go wrong. Now you're probably wondering what's behind me, this great big styrofoam box. That's what's behind the airplane, and I'll show you what it looks like, but I'll tell you, you're probably going to hate me because I can't tell you how to reproduce that. The motor that we're using to turn the propeller was something that was created for us for a marketing display way back for Arctic Edge, but we were able to save it, reuse it here in this VBS, and I'm a big fan of recycling anything that has been really had a lot of time and money invested in. So hang on to it and reuse it year after year. And I'll let you see what that looks like, because there's probably a handyman in your church that can recreate it. If not, fans work really well, especially those little spritzer mister bottles. That the engine on that or the motor on that turns this lightweight foam really well. So let's go take a look at that. So let's take a look at what's behind this airplane. I'll take the propeller off. You can see it's just a 2-inch piece of foam that's cut into a circle, and we used a series of alternating thick foam and thin foam, half-inch, quarter-inch, whatever you've got. This is foam, this is foam. Take a look at this motor here and see how this engine is turning. Now I promised you a tip, and I'm true to my word. So if you're going to try to create something this big, which is over 30 feet, you're going to need something a little more than just your average geometry compass. So here's what you can do. If you'll come, this obviously is a much smaller scale, but you'll want to grab a 2x4, grab a screw, grab a nail, something like that, yarn or rope, and a marker. And this is how you can do it. Measure it to your top point. You want to make sure that it's taller than, or that it's shorter than that. Your sides won't matter that much. And then if you'll make sure that as you're doing it, hold your rope really taut. And then it's very simple to create an even half arc, and this is exactly what we used to do the hanger, obviously on a larger scale. But that's just a little tip for you.
That was Amazing Decorating Tips with Melita.